how do we actually leave an impression to the audience so that they could remember us as well? What can be that exceptional thing about our speech?
Okay. So being natural is the most important thing, because I think every single speaker is unique in their own way. So try to be very natural and show the unique characteristics that you are having. Another thing is that we all tend to remember the people who are very relatable to us, right? If somebody is like me, then I'm going to like that person a lot. So try to share the experience that can be relatable to this audience, so that they can feel connected with you and remember you for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So, coming to the development of soft skills, what are they and what is their importance and why are they necessary?
Okay. So basically, what we do is, when we say that I have to learn this particular skill to perform this task, right? And then that the scope of that skill is going to end, then we call it a hard skill, right? But if I learn some particular skill and that is going to help me to survive in the world or perform multiple stuffs in my life, then this is what we call soft skill. It does not have direct impact on the work that on the next work that we are going to do, right? So this is what we call soft skills, and definitely soft skills are very important, because this is what make us human beings, right? Because I strongly believe that like people keep on saying that AI or robots are going to snatch our jobs, but if you work on your soft skills, then nobody in the world can snatch it, because soft skills is about human beings, and nothing in the world can snatch the work that is done by using these human skills. So soft skills are very, very important in life.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what does the process of building soft skills look like and what all goes into it?
Okay. So while you want to build a soft skills, a set of soft skills, then the first thing is to introspect. You need to understand what are the scope of improvement. This is not something that you're going to enroll for in a class and then the syllabus will be completed and you are done. No. You have to do the introspection first, and then only you can start working on it. And yeah, so this is what I think. It's a lot about knowing yourself and working on the scope of improvements.
Yeah, agreed. What do you think are the essentials of a good leader and in what ways one can maintain a team well?
Okay, so leadership comes with two qualities. This is what we call L1 and L2. L1 means you have to work on yourself, you have to keep yourself motivated. And L2 means you have to work on your team, right? If and not a single leader in the world can be formed without L1 or L2 alone, right? So you need to be a combination of both the qualities, that you keep on working on yourself and you keep on working for the motivation and growth of your own team also. And another thing is that a leader can never have this thought that he or she is out of the team, or he or she is having a team to lead. No, you are a part of a team and you all need to learn and grow together.
Yes, exactly. So, how do you help people with job placements? Also, how do you help them to choose what best fits for each one?
Yes, 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 definitely. I am a job placement trainer. I have trained a lot of people, and fortunately, there is one thing, one special thing, that if I'm training a particular student, a particular person, and then the last thing that I do in order to graduate them from my training is I take two mock tests. And if in a mock test I tell them that they are going to get the job for sure, then there is 100% surety that the person is going to get job, because I take mock interviews, and I really think that this is because I'm very passionate about it. So I can understand the kind of personality and the skills that the person is having, and what career would suit best to a person. So I think yes, I do these things, and these are really helpful for the people I train.
All right. So the point about the mock test and the interviews, with that, okay, you would set a pre-mindset for them that they will surely get a job, so they perform well.
Yes, 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 definitely. Mindset is very important. Another thing is that I'm not a person like when I'm having a conversation with somebody, then I'm a completely different person. But when I'm taking the interview, then I never give them any sugar coated feedback or anything. Whatever is there, I tell them very clearly. If in one mock interview a person is having flaws, then I tell them very clearly, so that in the next one they can improve all those things. And I have seen there are so many people. Motivation is important, but fake motivation should not be there, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, as an interview trainer, I make sure that I do follow this thing.
Okay. So, how do you help brands when it comes to event hosting, and what all factors are included in that?
Okay. So I have done event hosting for multiple brands. The way you are having my interview, I have taken interviews for CEOs of various companies like Hacker Earth, like Coding Games, and all these big companies. Plus, I also host a show. I have hosted show on big level also, and very, if you call it, very small level also. So definitely, if I'm having hosting a show for a brand, then like every anchor, I also like to interact with people around me, and I also have my unique traits. So I think the best thing about it is I really enjoy doing it, and like hosting shows for brands has helped me to network with very good people within the brand.
Yeah, that really works. So, how are you
Mhm.
able to maintain your reach and content creation on 15 different platforms? Which all are those platforms? And tell us something more about this.
Okay. So the reason I'm able to create content on various platforms is I have detached. I would like to say this to every single person listener, watching this interview, that if you detach yourself from likes, comments, numbers of followers, and all these things on social media, then only you are going to be able to create content on a various basis. Because sometimes we post, we get very good response, and in the next post we don't get it. And if we see that okay, that thing was something that we got, that got viral, or I got more likes, then the quality of content is going to decrease. If you see, if anybody sees my social media accounts, then I don't know about likes, comments, but I am 100% sure that the person is going to get value from my account. And the value is only thing that I have been very consistent about, that whatever I know, I need to give a detailed value to my followers and the people who are consuming my content. But I'm not going to indulge a lot about thinking about these likes and numbers. So this is what kept me going and experimenting on various platforms. And mostly, I don't even open and check okay how many people have liked it. So I think this is the reason.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what are the various platforms you are present on?
Okay, let me remember. Let me remember. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. Earlier, I was on that TikTok also, but now I'm not there. Then Facebook, I'm having my Facebook page also. Then Reposo, Pinterest, and there are a few of my clients' websites. Yeah, I'm having my podcasts, which can be like listened on 9 different platforms like Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and all. Then Limitless Mind is the platform, and Limitless Mind is also a client of mine. Similarly, there are multiple, yeah, and I'm Medium. I keep on posting my blogs, which is linked with my website. And then there are some other platforms where I am present. And the best thing about 2021 is earlier I used to join a platform as a user or as a creator, and nowadays the platforms which are accessible, I have joined them as their business partners.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Learning business is very important. Like I'm telling you, as a younger sister, try learning sales and business. This is very important. Collaboration is also important, and try to connect with somebody on business basis. That's very nice.
Yeah, so how were you able to accomplish so many milestones?
Okay. So I think if you talk about milestones, then there are very less that I have accomplished. But one thing I have always had in my personality, everyone is unique, right? So I have understood my personality trait, which is that if there is something I want to excel at, then I'm going to work for it day and night. Right? This is my personality trait, that I'm going to spend my entire time working on that stuff. So this is happening. I'll tell you some example. When I was in school, I was a very bright student who was very interested in learning. Academics was very nice. Plus extracurriculars were also very nice. Then I started working on it, and in my board exams, I stood national topper in Nepal. I was there, so I was national topper in English. And then I started working on my communication skills and all. And at like the day I went to my college, I started getting a lot of awards. Then I started working on my soft skills, campus placements, and all. And I was the first person in my entire city to get placed in that batch. And then I started
Amazing.
getting, yeah, giving interviews. And like till now, there is 100% efficiency rate, and I have never been rejected from a single interview. Like, so this is all about focus. I think when I do start doing something, this is my personality trait, that if there is something that I need, then I really work very hard for it. Right now also, if you can see, like I'm working 14 to 16 hours every single day. But my approach is focused right now. I'm really into my business, content creation, and training, and I'm giving my 200% to it. So understanding yourself is the first thing. Try to understand what kind of worker you are, what kind of laborer you are, and give commands to the laborer according to that, and that is going to help you.
This is so amazing. I'm really
Thank
glad to hear this.
thank you so much.
Your story is really inspiring. So, okay. So, tell us some LinkedIn hacks for job placements.
Okay, job placements. First, if you talk about specifically 2021, then making a resume is not enough. You need to make a resume which is ATS proof. Applicant tracking system is the AI system that keeps on rejecting your interviews on internet, resume on internet. Because as soon as a company posts a job requirement, job vacancy, then it gets a lot of tons of resumes uploaded, right? So applicant tracking system is the AI based system that simply rejects the resumes which are not relevant. Okay, so first you need to make your resume at ATS proof by adding keywords and all these things. So I can make a very detailed video on that. I have actually made a lot of content on that thing. Another thing is that no matter what is going to be your job role, but make sure that you are very, very good at communications, because ultimately nobody is going to hire a machine. It is going to hire a human being who is supposed to work, explain their work, set targets, and lead a group, right? Because you are not going to stay as a software engineer throughout your life. You need to get promoted from that. And so to make happen all these things, a good communicator is very important. So no matter who you are, trust me, if a person is good at communication, then there is, like, I think there is at least like 70 to 80% more chances of getting hired for that person. And
Absolutely.
it's so true, it's so true, because just 4 5, I guess, no, in the month of June, July, I was training a couple of people who were like having were at very high level of management. One was from Dubai and another person was from Sydney. Both of them were having 25 years of experience in their life, and I started training them for job placements and all. And the basic area where I worked was technical stuffs and fields we were already working. And the one field that really hit was attitude changing. Their attitude changing was very, very important. Right. So the attitude changing is also a part of soft skills. Most often what we do, we think like, to grow I need to do this course, I need to get this certification, and I will grow in my career. But no, first you need to understand the human part of yours, and first treat it there, then only work on the other stuffs, and it is really going to break the chain that you are like into. And I'm very happy that both of them got the results that they wanted, and they are at very high level in their companies. So these things really matter a lot.
Awesome. So, what are some LinkedIn, how to find internships via LinkedIn?
Okay. Finding internship on LinkedIn is the easiest thing, I think. So you can simply go to jobs and search the keywords, put the location where you want to do the internship, and then you can simply set it to the internship, not full-time job, remote job, or anything. Just set it to internship, and you will get all the results. But never go for unpaid internships. Whenever I open a LinkedIn, and when I see the internship jobs, then whenever I see it on India, then there are a lot of jobs that is written that it is going to be an unpaid internship. This is very wrong. It's absolutely wrong. So never go for unpaid internship. Start valuing for money. When we are kids, our parents are taking care of all our expenses. So we feel like, let's work for it, let's learn and go home. No, if you're working, then you deserve money, right? And learn to respect money from day one.
Yes, absolutely.
And
Money
then
is
you can, uh-huh.
money is
Yeah,
the return value of your time, your efforts, your energy.
absolutely. Another thing is that start reaching out to people who are in your area. And yes, Kriti, I'm going to reach out to you after this interview regarding this, because I really wanted to talk to you about it. So you will
Sure,
get internships like this.
definitely. So, how are you able to indulge yourself in a variety of overlapping niches and platforms along with your corporate life?
Okay. Honestly speaking, I really enjoyed my corporate life for 1.5 years of my job. But from the last 6 months, I'm working on the transition where I can leave it and move to my business for full-time basis. Right. So I have really enjoyed my corporate life. I have given my best. This is the reason, I got a lot of awards. One more award is awaited right now. And I have, in spite of being a fresher, I got chances to be in the core innovation community of such a big, giant organization. I got multiple awards, trust me. Like, I got a lot of recognitions for my work. I got chance to host shows, have interviews and conversation with global leaders of this organization. And I'm really happy for all the opportunities that I got. And then I also kept on continuing my business, my content creation and all these things. But focus is important, right? At some point of time you need to decide what is that you are going to work on or do throughout your life. So finally I decided 6 months back that I have to like leave this thing and move to this thing, because I want to do this throughout my life. So corporate journey has been very, very, very helpful to me in networking, in learning a lot of stuff. But yeah, focus has been shifted now and I'm working on the transition right now.
So happy and proud to listen to all of this.
Thank you, Kriti.
What is our take on social media management, graphic designing, and content writing as a freelance career option? What do you have to say about this?
These things are very, very, very important, and these things are going to get you a lot of money. Like, there is no doubt that every single business in the world is shifting to digital market right now. And once the business is in digital market, no matter like what is their budget, they are going to require all of these services. Right, sometimes like if there is a bigger business, then it is going to hire a person with high end values and high end rate market rates. Even if I'm a very small business, I am going to need a group of people who can do all these things. So hukum ka ikka kehte hain na, this is going to be ace of space right now for the people who are having these kind of skills. And like, no matter what your major is, try to gain these kinds of skills as soon as possible. You are definitely going to get the clients.
Yes,
If you
absolutely.
cannot, then you can join me as a freelancer.
I would love to.
Yeah. So if you are if you are willing to use your services, then definitely I have a lot of work. You can simply join me as a freelancer.
I would love to. Looking forward for it.
Great, great. Same here.
Uh, what are things important for continuous career growth in one's life?
Continuous career growth. For continuous career growth, there is one rule: upskill yourself every single day, no matter where you are right now. After some time, it is going to be stagnant. It is not going the achievements that you are thinking like biggest in the world for now. 2 years later, it is not going to mean anything for any person, right? So try to make sure that you are going to learn every single day. The कहते हैं ना, बहता हुआ जब पानी होता है, that's the most cleanest water. And जो पानी जम जाता है वहां काई लग जाती है, राइट? कीचड़ जमता है वहां पे. सो बी
Yes.
द बहता हुआ रिवर, थोड़ा थोड़ा ही बहेंगे लेकिन हर दिन बहते रहेंगे, so that we don't become stagnant and we become up to date with the market.
How much I love your values and thoughts.
Thank you, Kriti. I'm also, let me tell you one thing. When you are asking me questions and all these things, I can really see a lot of enthusiasm in you. And I'll tell you one thing, Kriti, like, it's very personal, but whenever I talk to people who are in college or something, there are a group of people. Like, there are some people I have met through social media, and when I see their energy, I feel like it was me 2 or 3 years ago. And I can really, when I see your energy, I feel really relatable with it. So it's very nice. The approach and everything is very nice, and the energy that you are having inside you. So keep it up, huh? Never let anything in the world dim your energy. Keep it up. Very nice.
Thank you. This means a lot. So it is said that an individual changes his or her career at least 6 to 7 times in a lifetime. Does that really hold true? And how to deal with the generation gap interfering in that?
Okay. So I think there's no fixed rule that one should change their career this many times, because we all have our own stories in life. We all have our own personality traits. What if somebody has discovered that this is their purpose and this is what they are going to do throughout their life? So that's completely okay for that. And there can be somebody who keep on experimenting on new things, then change it. So that's also good for them, right? Because we all are different. So I think there's no hard and fast rule for that. But yes, if you are going through career change, then always remember one thing. No skill in the world, or अगर आप एक दिन एक पेज भी पढ़ते हैं ना, चार lines भी पढ़ते हैं ना, it is going to be used somewhere in your life. So never think that these are the things that I applied in my last job, and since I am changing my career, those skills are not going to be used. No, 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 no. You need to extract the informations from the skill that you were having due to your previous job, and try to utilize it today, and try to stack the skills over other skills. Like every single person in a particular job or career, they have one skill which is the major one, and they need to learn the art of stacking other skills over it to make their USP. If you don't have any USP, unique selling proposition, then nobody in the world, be it your interviewer, family members, your dates, your clients, nobody is going to buy that product or service from you. So learn to correlate the skills that you have gathered throughout your life in various career options, and never fear or never get scared or never get hesitated to change your career whenever you need it.
Absolutely, it holds such a true meaning that skills can be used and they can be intermixed and interlinked everywhere.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so how to build a strong resume and give an exceptional interview to get selected for a particular job? Some insights on the same.
Yes. If you are a fresher, then do not, make sure you write it somewhere. Never write the other offer letters that you are having in your hand, right? Because for freshers in India, the salary is fixed. There is no scope of negotiation. So do not write your salary and all these things on your resume. It looks really irritating or annoying to the recruiter. Another thing is that keep your resume very clear and concise. Check the job descriptions. Even though your resume is very nice, but if it does not relate with what the interviewer is looking for, then it's of no use, right? So read the job description really well and try to use the keywords from JD in your resume. Keep it clear and concise. You don't need to have very fancy templates or those things. Do not have more than two or three colors in your resume. I have seen there are so many people who have made resumes in 3 4 colors by downloading template from internet. So don't do it. Keep it very natural. And nobody is there to and yeah, you have to be very specific, very clear that what is the kind of job that you are looking for, and it needs to reflect in your resume. For example, let's talk about an engineer. If I'm an engineer and I'm looking for jobs, then there should be technical terms very well mentioned in my resume. The graphics of the resume doesn't really matter, trust me, for an engineer, but the content really matters a lot. Another thing is that if you're a graphic designer, then your one of your projects should be your resume, right? If you're saying that I have done this, that, and all these things, I'm a graphic designer. I have served a lot of clients in past, but when you see my resume right now, it looks really bad, right? Then the thing that you have done here and the things that you are claiming are not relatable in any way. Similarly, if you are a content writer and you're saying that I have served various clients in the world, and I can find that there are a lot of ambiguity in your writing, there are a lot of grammatical errors in your own resume, then this is going to be the contradictory. So please make sure that without saying anything, you prove your work in your resume.
Yeah, your resume should go in sync with the niche.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay. So, how should we respond to the counter questions presented in an interview? Should it come instantly?
Yes, yes. So, whenever I teach people for public speaking, this is why I don't teach them that you need to have your topic ready, like at least 1 hour before presenting. I train everybody for a spontaneous communication. In interview, there is never going to be a situation when the interviewer is giving you a question and giving you some time to think about the answers and all. Right? This doesn't happen
Yes.
generally. So you need to be very spontaneous with your conversation. Another thing is that definitely the questions are asked at that moment spontaneously. So you should be ready. Another thing is that what happens is when why do we get nervous in the interview? That when I'm going to, and you ask me some question, I give you some answers, then you ask counter question. So if I'm having that mindset that okay, she asked me question, I answered it. Oh my God, I got another question. Oh, then I'm going to be nervous. But definitely, if we are having a conversation, if we have that conversation mindset in our interview, then we are also going to be very engaged in that entire process. We are also going to ask counter questions when they ask us something. We feel like okay, let's think about it and let's answer it. That's okay if I'm not able to give the 100% correct answer in this scenario, but still I'll be acceptable and open to the question. So mindset really plays a very important role in an interview. Go with the mindset of having a very good conversation with the interviewer, and rest is on the god. Yeah.
Exactly. Interviews are always insightful, exciting conversations.
Correct.
So, what does it take to be a coach? How did you gain those skill sets required to teach a variety of students, even so much elder than you as well?
Okay. First thing was I really wanted to teach somebody. What happens in our family, you also know that, right? If somebody is saying that I want to take arts, then people will say, no, you have very good marks. Why do you need to take arts, right? If I say that I want to be a teacher, then people will say, why do you want to be a teacher? You can be a doctor, an engineer. And this is how we keep on relating our job roles or our career options with our social standards. And we have to compromise a lot of times due to these things, right? So finally, I decided when I was in the final year of my college, I finally decided that I'm going to start teaching people through my YouTube videos because according to my society, I had already achievements or there was something that I knew and I could teach people. So I started making videos. Once I started making videos, there were a lot of people who started commenting and sending me emails, YouTube and then Instagram, that they want to learn from me. And there was one day when I like announced that I'm going to teach people for communication skills and all, because I was already creating a lot of content on communication skills. So fortunately, within 30 minutes, I got 30 registrations on that day. And that was the kick when I started, and the journey kept on going. Earlier, I had this fear, I'll tell you, that if you are young, you will really be, sometimes there will be somebody who is sitting in front of you and is having a lot of experience. And you are going to think like, what can I teach to this person? Right? So you need to like discard that barrier from your mind, and I have never ever told that I'm an expert in this field. No, I'm just a learner who has already learned these things, and I'm just passing the processed information to you. And I'm trying to understand. When I teach a particular person, I get to learn a lot from them. So by removing that barrier, that age barrier from my mind helped me a lot to get more and more confidence in front of elder clients, because more than 90% of my students are very very elder than me. And yeah, so this barrier should be removed when you are young. Very important.
Absolutely. So, what should be a student focus on during the college years in terms of the elements of the profile building? to get a good, maybe an Ivy League university abroad for postgrads, how to spend time most productively during the college, which makes you different as well.
First thing is you should keep on understanding about the opportunities that are available. Every single year there are a lot of fully aided programs that are available on board, and even a lot of scholarships are being given to the Indian students. But we don't. What we generally do is we save a lot of money. We take a lot of money from our parents and we go to US, right? So this is not the, I think this is not the actual or the ideal approach. There are many companies universities which are one of the topmost universities in the world, but are in different countries like Italy, Germany, Australia, and they are giving you fully funded scholarships. So keep on learning about these things. पहले आपको ना पता होना चाहिए कि ये सारे options मेरे पास available है, तब आप easily कर सकते हो, and the competition is very less, very less. If you are able to find a good method, so try to, if you have a goal that you are going to need your you need to go for your masters in this year, then start preparing for it at least before 2 years. And I think there is no very high end skill requirement, but the technique to find the right opportunity for you is the most important thing.
Yes, exactly. So, what are your future plans? Like, how did you shift from engineering to how this shift from engineering took place? Where do you see yourself in job or entrepreneurship?
Okay. Shift hasn't been done yet physically in the real environment because I'm still doing my job. But I have already shifted in my mind. Like I'm like basically right now I'm an entrepreneur. I just need to sign a document. I just need to sign a document to shift finally here. But yes, I see myself providing values and values, because the from day one, like I think it's been like 4 years now. From day one I started creating my content. The tagline was, let's learn and grow together. It's been 7 years. Every single weekend, even when I was in college, first year of my college, since that day till the time when I'm working in my corporate company, I have spent my Saturdays educating people from the slums. I have done a lot of activities, CSR activities from that for them, and have been awarded a lot of times for that also. So, my core value is to communicate and to teach what I know, simple. And I see in my later years, I just see myself learning something and teaching it to the people around me through different platforms, be it by sitting here and talking to them, be it by dancing, be it by singing, be it by creating content, written, audio, video, text, graphic, or anything. But I will be providing value throughout my life. This is my purpose.
This is really exceptional.
Thank
So,
you.
how do you make yourself eligible to be like the business partners of various platforms you are using?
Because I focused a lot on value instead of number. If you see social media, what you see and what you need to see, there is a very thick gap between that, right? Because as soon as we open a profile, we understand whether this profile is good or not just by seeing the number of likes and dislikes, right? The like, comment, and followers, and all these things. But trust me, there are a lot of profiles on social media who have just a couple of hundreds of followers and all these things, and they are providing in-depth value in a lot of areas. So you need to keep your focus very clear. It's very, yeah, obviously you need to grow on social media, but do not go for that that the short term tricks to get viral and all these things, right? Just make sure that you're going to provide your value. Like like I have just I was having a profile having more than 11, 12,000 followers, and I shifted and I started another one from scratch, which through which you have contacted me, right? That was very difficult. If I would be very connected with that profile, that no man, I'm already having so many followers there, why should I start from scratch? No, I felt that the kind of audience I had on that profile was not my target audience, really, right? It is not going to it was making me very much distracted. I was not able to present my message the way I wanted, so I started from scratch. So I have detached myself from the numbers of likes, and here you can see like it's been some time, 4 months, I guess, but I have just 1,000 or something followers. But I'm very, very, very confident about the value that I'm providing, because I'm learning a lot of stuff every day and creating content every day. So there are a lot of platforms, and actually, if you see in the business world, in the real world, platforms or any persons are looking for values, not the numbers. So when I reach out to them many times, they have reached out to me. I have recently cracked a very big deal, very very big deal, and that was also from inbound leads. They saw some of my videos and they came to me. So yes, this is happening. So you focus on creating quality content.
Absolutely, absolutely well said. So, how to feel productive and not guilty of taking even little breaks? What is the process behind this?
Show you something, huh? See this. Can you see it? This is for 20th September, 21st September, 18. Like I have been doing this. See, 26th July. If you go back, it's 5th July. And then, yeah, I started it on 5th July. Yeah, 5th July. And since then, except my weekends, I have written down all my plans for the day so well here. See, and once I finish a particular task, I tick it. Tick it, right? And then I move to the another thing. So why do you feel overwhelmed at the middle of the day or at the end of the day? The reason is like you feel अरे यार बहुत काम है, बहुत काम है, बहुत काम है. This is what you are having in your mind. But क्या काम है, we don't exactly know, because we have to spend that much energy every single time to remember कि काम क्या है. So give your brain some assistance, give it some rest, and write down all the tasks for the day that you need to accomplish like this. You don't need to have anything fancy. Just jot them down like this. And whenever you have time, just see those things and start ticking the tasks. And at the end of the day, when you will see a lot of ticks in your to-do list, then it is very, very, very good. Like it's going to give you a lot of happiness. So stay productive. You don't need to be very busy throughout the day, but stay productive. And हाँ, एक चीज, उठ के जाने की आदत नहीं होनी चाहिए. In work from home, we have got an option. उठ के खाने जा सकते हैं, थोड़े बात करने जा सकते हैं. So learn the practice of deep work. At least give yourself 4 hours in a day where you are going to finish all the works from one place. एंड जितने भी आपके टू डू लिस्ट के काम है जो कंप्लीट हो सकते हैं, 80% काम आप उसी 4 घंटे में करोगे. then you'll feel I am so free right now, I can talk to people, but my work has been done. So try to follow this pattern.
Yes, exactly. And your that no, it's really quite interesting. So, what does the abundant and growth oriented mindset for one to go ahead in life looks like?
Okay, so if you want to grow more and more in your life, then learn to accept your failures, the flaws. And okay, this is what we call Kaizen. The practice of Kaizen is, the practice of Kaizen means that you have to understand yourself first and find out the flaws that you are having in your life. And there are two kinds of flaws. First one is something that can never be changed, and the something that can be changed. For example, if I'm having some kind of physical feature that can never be changed, right? Or these things are supposed to generally what happens, these things downgrade our confidence a lot. So you need to have practice accepting these flaws in your life which cannot be changed, and the flaws that can be changed, start working on them right now. Right, every day you have to work on two approaches. The changeable ones need to be improved every day, and the unchangeable things need to be accepted every day. This is what we call the Japanese practice of kaizen for more fulfilled life, more growth in life. And this is what I think, like, I have been practicing since the year 2019, and it has really helped me a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So, lastly, what are your thoughts on one's passion should be one's profession?
Okay. So when your passion is your profession, then definitely things feel very easy. Like, if, for example, if this is my profession, then I'm enjoying it. I'm not even feeling like I'm doing some work, right? So finding your passion or the area of interest is very, very important for everybody. We become so busy in our life, in our career, that we don't give ourselves time to sit and talk to ourselves. पूछो तो सही कि उसे चाहिए क्या, right? If you don't ask it, you're never gonna get the answer, and you will keep on doing something that you don't like. There was a situation when I was in my office, and I talked to 5 people who were having more than 10 years of experience, and trust me, none of these 5 people were happy with what they were doing. I was so shocked to see this. Nobody was interested, and like and they were constantly saying that I didn't do something, you should do it, and I'm just doing it, I'm just doing it for money and all these things. No, if money is only your motivation, and then definitely you are in a wrong profession, right? So understand yourself, find out what do you want. The requirements, the likes and dislikes can vary according to time, and allow yourself to do that. Don't think that no, अभी भी 10 एक साल पहले तो ये बोला था, अब चेंज क्यों हुआ? नहीं, चेंज होता है, and that's completely okay. So work with yourself and try to convert your passion into your profession.
Absolutely. I love how your words are coming from mind and heart both. So
thank you, Christy.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. I'm really liking the way you are asking the questions and responding to the answers, and you are a very good host. So thank you so much for that. And the best thing about you was like, in spite of having a lot of breaks and glitches and all these things, you were constant with your energy and efforts, and I really appreciate this.
Thank you. This is so nice for me to hear that. And I really loved this session. So much insights and so much plethora of knowledge in a single session. I'm so glad to hear you. You are one of the best speakers here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Katie. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I was getting a lot of invites lately, but I was unable to respond to them because I knew that I'm already having a lot of personal and professional commitments. But I took this to resume it as a challenge. I understand, like, since this was the first thing I started doing lately, and I started it with your life. We had a lot of breaks, glitches, and thank you so much for understanding all the problems. And now I'm confident that if somebody has a host like you, then definitely he or she is going to be very happy to give an interview.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Not a problem. Working from home looks like this as well, and I understand very well.
Correct.
So I'm done with all the questions.
Cool. Okay. It has been an amazing experience talking to you. Thank you very much for reaching out to me. And thank you so much for being so patient. You were well organized. You were well prepared with all your questions. This is the best thing. And this is the best thing. The way you emailed me, the way you have sent me the questions, it was very professional. So keep it up. And no matter if you are one thing I would suggest you as an elder sister, that detach yourself from numbers. Numbers are really toxic on social media. Really focus on providing values. If you are able to change one life, then that is going to be very, very helpful in your life. So focus on that. And it was really amazing having a conversation with you.
Same for me as well. It's my pleasure.